to your emotions heading into your first NFL action?
Yeah, I'm excited. This is just the start of a dream of mine. So excited to take that next step, be out there, compete at the highest level. And, my family's going to be there. So I'm super excited to have them a part of this journey with me. And I think I'm just stoked for the opportunity.
What have the coaches told you about what to expect, about how much playing time, that sort of thing?
I think they're going to make more decisions in these next few hours and whatnot, but I'm definitely going to be playing out there. So just going to take advantage of my reps and my opportunity.
Abdul told us that some of the vets talked to you guys about what playing in preseason is going to be like that first game. What did you kind of glean from that?
Yeah, the main point was, football is football. Obviously, you're taking a next step, so it's a little bit more advanced and just little details and whatnot and schematics. But at the end of the day, it's the same game that you were playing when you were a kid. So just enjoy that. Compete. Don't leave any regrets out there on the field, and don't ever take this moment lightly. And there's no light that's too bright to play in.
How do you think you've grown since the start of camp?
I feel like I've grown a lot. Just my understanding of the game, my understanding of just this offense specifically, but I've been able to take big steps, and I'm feeling more and more confident each and every day in this offense, and kind of what they're asking of me to do. So I'm just happy to kind of have that process of when I make mistakes, of being able to fix it quickly, and I have great players around me, great leadership around me who helps develop me each and every day.
There's been 10-year vets who've come in here and said it's a complicated offense to learn. So as a guy going through it for the first time, what to you makes it feel complicated?
This is the only NFL offense I can really compare it to. So it's all that I know of at this moment. And, you hear people say that. But, I think that when you're kind of able to get the base, fundamentals of it down, then you're able to just obviously grow your knowledge and whatnot. But, there's been long nights of just studying and sitting in my room and just trying to get it down. But, I'm excited for the future.
Are there any situations, like in this preseason game coming up, are there any situations that you hope to find yourself in to get the experience playing in?
I hope I can get every situation, just to get those reps, be on that stage and do it at a high level. But, I'm just excited for this. This is just, a dream of mine since I was a kid.
Jaxson, Russ's deep ball is kind of famous, the moon ball, for the height it gets. You're standing, behind him or whatever, watching it. What do you think of that moon ball, and how is it compared to your deep ball or other deep balls you've seen from quarterbacks?
Every guy throws it differently. Obviously, Russ is, you could put him up there as one of the best deep ball throwers of all time. So it's definitely crazy to watch it when when you're standing behind and just watch the ball turn over and fall perfectly in guys' laps and whatnot. But that's what that's part of his game and what he's done at such a high level. So it's been good to just talk to him about that, pick his mind on the kind of techniques that he uses and whatnot. But it's elite for sure.
Your first game action at Ole Miss, what do you recall?
Played against Troy. Troy was actually a really good team that year. It was competitive. It was back and forth, and it was kind of going into that game. And I didn't have a ton of reps in the offense. There's 3 other guys that I was competing with when I first got to Ole Miss. So, there's a lot of learning stages that I got from that game. But I think anytime that you're just able to play the game that you love, you're having a blast out there on that field.
Will you have butterflies on Saturday?
Maybe when I run out. Once I get in between those lines, everything kind of just zones out for me, and I'm in my zone.
You said there's no light too bright to play in. Do you crave that? Does something come alive in you as a player when you're under the bright lights?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think that you can be an elite competitor if that's not your mindset, if that's not how you approach everything. And as a kid, you watch the stars on the biggest stages, and that's what people remember for forever. And I think that's always been something that I've looked up to, and want to make my own lane in that such.
Is there something to you about for the preseason? You might play in these 3 preseason games and then not play for a month, 2 months, 3 months. That's kind of unique. Is there a sense of you have to maximize your preseason opportunities because you don't know when you're playing the regular season?
I'm just focused on being prepared. Obviously, I'm going to go out there on the field and compete at that, my highest level, and I'm going to play as hard as I can. And I'm going to do good things, and I'm going to make mistakes too. And I understand that. I'm not going to be perfect when I step out there on that field, but I think my mindset is just competing at the highest level, doing what I can to, make this offense operate at the highest level, and get these chances for the coaches to learn how I play the game, because, you know, obviously we're out in practice, we can't get tackled. It's a little different. So it'll be good to get these live action reps and earn that trust.
There'll be another quarterback on the other sideline who's obviously been through kind of being groomed by Dable and turned out pretty well, Josh Allen. Just curious, do you have a relationship with him, and have you been in touch with him at all since you got, you know, paired up with Dable?
Yeah, I talked to Josh like a few days after I got drafted, and he's been somebody who I've, you know, really looked up to, and since coming here, just, you know, watching a ton of his tape and how he was able to operate, you know, Coach Dave's system and whatnot. So it's going to be, you know, kind of a surreal feeling to, you know, be on the same field with him.
What has he told you?
Yeah. What's been his
What is
advice?
it?
What is
What's been
Josh's
his
advice?
advice? Yeah, to you about, like, you know, working with Dable, the offense.
Yeah. I think like the biggest thing is just the quarterback. He talked a lot about leadership. You know, that was kind of like his main thing. And then, you know, trying to be the best teammate, you know, for the guys around you, because, you know, as a quarterback, you got to raise the standard of everybody. And, you know, obviously schematics, I think that what shows up on Coach Dave's record is him being able to coach many different quarterbacks who have different skill sets and kind of molding offenses around, you know, what they're good at. So, you know, kind of just hone in on the key details of Coach Dave's offense and really trust it. I think at times maybe quarterbacks will predetermine things and not really trust the system. But, you know, the special thing about Coach Dave's is he gives us a ton of freedom. So there's answers to everything that you can really think of.
Does the current depth chart, although it's unofficial, does it mean anything to you? And did you take any motivation from being listed as the third quarterback on the depth chart?
I mean, I don't look at it, you know, that way. I'm just coming to work every single day, just trying to compete. And, you know, you never know when your number's going to be called on. We have a great quarterback room, and, you know, any guy can go out there and go win the games and play at an extremely high level, and they've all shown that. So we have a unique room with us being, you know, so close, and, you know, just the conversations that we have, like, you know, at the end of the day, we come here and we just want to win as a team. So, you know, that's kind of been our motto.
Has DeVito given you any advice, your buddy?
Oh, absolutely. I think I've, you know, hit on this many times that, you know, Tommy's probably been the one when I first got here I've kind of learned the most from, just because.
As far as your first preseason game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, he's told me to go out there and have fun. You know, he's kind of just shared like his experience when he was out there, and, you know, him, you know, being really successful when he was out there on the field, you know, when his time came. So, honestly, like when you come into these games, like, you can hear a lot about the advice, but at the end of the day, it's just football. So you got to go out there and play your game, and you know, the real good players are the ones who show up for it.
You talked about not being afraid to make mistakes. Does that kind of help you prepare for this game, that whatever happens, you're not going to worry about it because you already have that mindset of, if I make a mistake, learn from it, keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not scared. Like, you know, when I go out there, I'm gonna play the game that I know how to play, and, you know, the offense here, you know, they don't give me like restrictions on what I can and can't do. So. There's obviously going to be things where I'm learning, you know, when I can do something, when I can't do something. And, you know, I think that if you're going to play scared as a quarterback, you shouldn't be out there.
Is there anything specifically that you want to prove that you can handle in your first action?
I don't feel like I need to go out there and think to myself, like, I need to prove this, I need to prove that. Like, I want to kind of just be in my game. I want to be in my own space. I want to be able to encourage others, help, you know, raise the play of the guys around me, and, you know, I just want to win. So whatever that takes for me to do when I'm out there on the field, that's my mindset. You know, it's not really about, oh, I'm going to prove this or prove that. Like, well, how am I going to put our team in the best situation to win?